Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Underdog episode. Today we got Season 2, Episode 10, Good Morning Death. This episode was last edited on August 16, 2025. I don't know if that's true or not, but just take it with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying? So let's just get right into this. Dylan turned around to see Black Death standing there with the portal behind him fading away. Time to talk? What the hell is there to talk about? Dylan activates his powers. Look, I'm not here to fight. Why are you here then, huh? BD steps a little more forward. I'm here to bargain. Bargain? Really? Bargain what? Dylan, I can read a lot of your thoughts. Did you know that? No, I didn't. But what does that have to mean? No, I didn't. But what does that have to do with anything? I can see that you've been missing your dead relatives. Your brother, your mother. Yeah, I miss my mom, but my brother I couldn't care less. You can say that, but I know that's not what you believe. You understand what I mean by I can read your mind. My brother was a murderer. Why the hell would I miss him? He's still your family. Look, I don't give a shit about your family matters speech or whatever. Look, I didn't finish my deal. Alright, finish it then. Let me take the city. Full control. In return, I'll resurrect your mother and brother. That sounds like a great deal. Because I had a talk with your boss, and something he said was, when you resurrect someone, some of your power drains. But when I kill someone new, I gain a lot more powers. Dylan's eyes widen at the thought. And the more powerful the soul, the more power you get back. Round of applause. BD claps. The pink flyer has finally figured it out. You finally connected the dots. So that's why you've been trying to kill me. Precisely why. See, you're the most powerful soul I can find on this earth. So why don't you, go to another earth? Only the few of the Watchers can. Not me. So what do you say? Dylan chuckles at BD's idiocracy. Why the hell would I accept that? Look, sure I miss them, but this city, it has my friends, my favorite restaurants and coffee shops. This is my home. Dylan gets in BD's face, so no, I'm not letting you take control of the city. I'll still give you some time to think about this. BD brings his hand up and snaps, making him vanish, leaving behind a cloud of black smoke and some bones. Zara opens a sliding door, making Dylan turn around. You coming? Yeah, just heard a weird noise. Dylan walks inside the house and it cuts to black. The basketball is bouncing up and down. Jake bounces the ball. About to make Atlas. Ankles so twisted he gonna need a doctor. Yeah, keep talking trash, then you better be talking about yourself. Ooh, look at Atlas throwing that shade back. But he's all out of sun. What? Jake spins back and shoots the ball, draining a three. Ooh! Jake gets up on Atlas's face. Sit down, Atlas. Yeah. I could dunk 1,000 times in a few seconds. Oh, but without that speed, you got no skill. Zara walks out from the warehouse of the boys playing. I could cross both you guys in a snap. Portals or not. I'd like to see you try. Better save my energy. I'm still trying to connect to my portals to the death realm. Oh? How's that going? Zara shrugs. I'm close, but I need something to finish the connection. Like an heirloom from there. Alice looks at her with a thought in his mind. Why are you looking at me like that? His scythe. If we get it, technically that is the main heirloom. It's going to be tricky to get that, though. Maybe something else. Someone who's dead. An item that they used to possess. I think I might have something. But call Dylan first. He will definitely want to see this. It cuts to the team standing by a box. Dylan walks up from behind. Alright, so what are we supposed to be looking at? I don't know. How about we ask Atlas? Guys, hold up. These are really heavy. Atlas turns around with both Wanderer blades sitting on a cushion. The blades. How did you find them? Well, one was lying in the old rubble of our old lab, and the second one, I asked Timonizer. Okay. Well, we have a different matter on our hands right now. Black Death. What about him? Last night, Black Death and me talked. Talked? Like face-to-face with some coffee? Face-to-face, yes, actually. He wants to make a deal with me. A deal. Literally a deal with the devil. Dylan, what's the deal? He brings back my dead family. And he gets to take control of the city. You mean Zach and your mom, right? Yeah. You didn't accept it, right? Of course not. I'm not an idiot. I have an idea. Dylan says, walking up to a whiteboard. He draws a circle labeling it me and another one labeling it BD. When me and him talked, I declined the offer. But he left saying think about it. So all I have to do is lure him out, making him think I've changed my mind about the deal. Then he's walked into our trap. Then we commence the next part. He walks everywhere with his damn scythe, so then when he least expects it, we take it. Dylan nods his head after finishing his drawing and closes his marker. How do we lure him out, though? I don't know. It cuts to smooth jazz music, a saxophone, trumpet, a piano player, and some bass. Everyone's sitting at tables eating food. Then it cuts to Dylan, Jake, and Atlas walking in wearing suits. This costed a damn fortune, Dylan blurts. Mine still has a tag on it. Guys, can you just shut up and wear the suits? Atlas, why are we even here? You never told us any details. As you know, my dad is informed about all of our secret identities, and he's coming to meet us to see if we're eligible for help for the police. An Underdog task force? That sounds like bullshit to me. Just give it a chance, okay? It could help us with some of the smaller crimes around here. A man from behind bumps into Jake. Hey, watch out, the man exclaims, walking to the back room. Jake gives him a suspicious look until Alice's dad walks up from the entrance with a suitcase. Hey guys, I have a reservation, so I'm ready when you are. The four will walk over to a medium-sized table and all sit down. What do you think Miranda and Zara are doing right now? Got some Miranda and Zara sitting at the warehouse. The one night, just the girls, there's no crime. Just be patient. After waiting a few more minutes, the control center dings. Miranda rums up and clicks it. Is it something good? Ooh, hell yeah it is. What? Masked man attempting bank robbery on Cooster. Let's go. Zara spins her wand, making a portal. The two walk through, appearing right behind the man drilling open the safe. Hey! The man turns around. He can't hear us. Miranda walks up to him and taps on the shoulder. He turns around surprised. He touches a mechanism on his neck, making two automated machine guns on his shoulders unfold, shooting loads of rounds. He steps back, then Zara flicks her wand, shooting some sparks. Then a clear yellow wall rises from the ground. The bullets bounce off the wall. What the hell do we do? The bullets can't get through, but you can. So slide under the bullets and attack his legs. Okay, that sounds doable. Miranda takes a few breaths before executing the plan. She does it smoothly, knocking the guy down. The turrets slam against the floor, breaking them. The man groans in pain on the floor. Who are you, huh? Miranda puts her foot on his chest. I just wanted to get some extra money, okay? What's your name? Mike? Lloyd? Cops started piling into the hall. Looks like it's over for you, Mike. Miranda steps back as the cops lock up Mike. Now let's go back and wait for another alert. Yeah, sure. It cuts back to the boys at the restaurant. Probably just sitting around or something. So what do you say? I could arrange some stuff and get an elite team to help you guys out. It would be nice, but the smaller crimes the police have handled, so I think we just have to decline the offer. A microphone tapping sound comes out. Everyone looks at the man on the stage. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming today. And this is a special day because we are announcing the opening of our mini museum, you could call it. Claps were across the crowd. And to start this museum, we've imported a very special item. A man with a black tarp-covered box walks out the side area. An ancient pendant, with some legends saying it has the power to physically and mentally upgrade the wearer. The man sets the box down on the table in front of the speaker. The speaker clinches a spot on the tarp and pulls it off to see through a box, revealing a green gem pendant. All of you may look, but not touch the box. Thank you. The speaker nods his head and walks off the stage, turning off the microphone. Do you guys think the legends are true? Dylan asks. I mean, it's possible, but I don't. A loud sound comes crashing down in the restaurant. As Dylan looks around, he sees that the roof is collapsed with dust everywhere. What the hell? As the dust clears up, BD is standing there, kneeling with a scythe in one hand. I heard there's a very interesting pendant here. What do we do? We can't do anything, but the others can. The front door of the restaurant flies open with Miranda and Zara standing there in their suits. Did somebody ask for heroes? The crowd is silent as BD turns around. Aw, are you two here to stop me? Yeah, we are. BD flicks the air, sending Miranda and Zara flying out the door, then he closes the door. He turns around and smashes the box, grabbing the pendant. I'll be taking this, BD says while lifting the pendant and teleporting away. Oh, shit. Sorry, Miss Jackson, but we gotta go back to the lab. Miss Jackson. I was thinking of the song, my bad. Oh, sorry, Mr. Jackson, but we gotta go back to the lab. Alice's dad sighs. Gotta do what a hero's gotta do. Good luck, boys. The three nodded, run out of the restaurant to Miranda and Zara laying down. Oh, hey guys. You guys alright? Yeah, we're fine. Dylan and Alice helped him up. So what now? We're getting to the end game now. With that pendant, he could really become unstoppable. Zara, we need that portal open right now. Alright, well, first I can think of an heirloom as... Wait, what? Alright, well, first thing I can think of as an heirloom is what? The blades. Are we even sure he's dead? He got thrown into outer space. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Well, yeah, but still, who knows? It cuts back to the warehouse. Two poles stick up with a zigzag tops connecting by a wire. Underneath is a pad with another wire leading to the blades placed in a box. So how does this work, Jake? Dylan asks. It's simple, really. Zaros will cast a spell onto the blades, and as the spell goes on, it'll flow the power into the pad, then into the poles, creating a portal. That sounds simple, actually. Jake walks back to a lever. Jake walks back to a lever and looks at Zara. You ready? Zara nods. 3, 2, 1. Jake pulls the lever down and Zara blasts the box with the blades in it. Then the wire connecting the pad and box glows a purple colored energy. Then, as the energy reaches the zigzag poles, a line of energy forms between them, creating the sparks. Is it working? I think so. As a little more time passes, a circle shape starts to form and a portal gets created. Is it to the Death Realm? Yeah, unless I got something wrong, which I didn't. I trust you, so what now? We go in there and confront him finally. The team get together in a bunch and walk into the portal, walking out into a brisk, barren, white-grounded wasteland. But ahead, a castle on top of a hill. I'm assuming that's where he is? Your assumption is correct, Miranda adds. That's where I was locked up. Time for payback. It cuts to them walking up to the castle's entrance. That took way too long. We're here now, so shut up. Alice rolls his eyes. Do we knock or barge in like normal? Barge in! Dylan fire punches the door, gusting it open. And there you go. They walk in admiring the structural work made of bones. And so they've made it. The brave heroes enter the dark villain's lair. A voice echoes from the halls. Will they walk out victorious? Only time will tell. A glowing black circle appears on the ground as BD rises from it. Hello, Team Underdog. I'm very, very glad you finally decided to show up. We're not here to have a dramatic fight, so let's hurry this up. Well, in that case, BD reaches his hand out with the pendant from earlier, flies into his hand. With this, I am unstoppable. You understand that, correct? It's a 1v3. The odds are in our favor, so you shouldn't be called the underdog. Gosh, you're a joke. You know that? I'm just trying to lighten the mood. This is the end for you all. Once you are all dead, I will go back to New York City and kill Jake and Zara, then the rest of the city will fall to me. Dylan chuckles. You're really confident that you're going to win, aren't you? Seeing who my opponents are? Yes, I am. You think so little of us, don't you? You have come so close to dying multiple times, Dylan, so yes, I do. Well, every time you haven't pulled the trigger. You're afraid. Me? Afraid? BD blows air from his nose, emitting a small laugh. You really have no idea who you're messing with. BD raises the pendant in front of his face. He shoves the pendant down into his hollow body and it glows red inside of him. After the shine goes away, BD stands there, his scythe more sharp, his structure more strong. He's upgraded. Well, now, we might as well call it quits. It cuts back to the team standing in front of him as Zara's voice crackles into their earpiece. The cameras on your suits are glitchy, but did he just upgrade? Yeah, he did. BD unsheathes his scythe and cuts a hole into the ground, sending a shockwave through the castle. The bones of the castle start to float up into a portal created by the cut. What did you just do? You'll see. Unless you die right now. BD jumps in the air and lands in front of Dylan and swings his scythe. Dylan dodges it by flipping backward. Atlas runs up to BD, attempting to hit him, but BD slashes Atlas to the ground, making him bang on the floor. Miranda and Dylan both run towards BD. BD slashes Dylan and kicks Miranda, making Miranda fall down the tall height. Atlas, save her! On it. Atlas speeds to the ground, leaving Dylan and BD alone to fight. In the background, almost 30% of the castle has been vacuumed into the portal. Dylan flames his two hands and boosts into the air and kicks BD in the face. He lands back on the ground and jumps, powering off BD's head, knocking his head into the ground. Looking tired over there. Me, quite the opposite. Beatty takes a deep breath and claps his hands, sending a horde of bones hurtling at Dylan. Dylan stops in midair, slightly struggling to hold him still. Beatty walks up to the vulnerable Dylan and punches him, sending him back. Dylan slides off the ground, but just in time gets a grip on the edge of the land before the drop. Rocks fall as Dylan dangles there. Beatty steps over him. If your name is Dylan, raise your hands, he shouts. I'm not an idiot. Dylan lifts his hand using his powers to make a bone hit Beatty in the ankle, knocking him over. Dylan grabs him and throws him off the edge. Atlas runs up Miranda in his arms. Did you beat him? Barely, but we gotta get out of here before he gets back up. How the hell do we even get out of here? Dylan looks at the portal, sucking in the bones. One way out. Dylan gets into a flying motion and flies into the portal, and Allison runs into it with Miranda. It cuts to Zara and Jake standing in the portable outpost to view the portal in the sky. Jake? Yeah? All of their body cams turned off. What? Jake walks up to Zara looking at the tablet Zara's holding. Jake scrunches his eyebrows. What about the comms? Zara switches to a different tab on the tablet. All their mics are inactive. I think I know what happened. What? Jake walks out the outpost and looks at the portal. He watched as all three drop out of the portal. Well, that explains a lot. Zara twirls open a portal into the rooftop and walks out, stepping onto the new but completed bone floor of the castle. What the hell happened to you guys? Black Death happened to us. That pendant he stole, he was right about it powering up. Where is he? He's still in his realm. Before being able to speak another word, the mic crackle comes in with Jake speaking. 2 helicopters on your guys' right. The group looks to the right and sees the 2 helis approaching them. Great. One lands on the bones and the other stays in the air waiting. 2 armed guards walk out, followed by a man in a suit. Team Underdog. What a pleasant surprise. What brings whoever you are up here? Do you not see the bones flying out of the portal? Yes, we do, but we got it handled. What exactly is it you have handled? It's too much to explain, but you need to leave. The man sighs. I have all day, Underdog. A loud explosion erupted from behind. As the helicopter in the air implodes, crashing into a nearby building, a black spirit flies onto a bone ledge and Beatty pops up. Sorry about the helicopter. What the hell is that? The man says while the 2 armed men point their guns at Beatty. Beatty teleports again next to one of the guards and stabs him in the chest. Amidst the teleporting to the next man, Atlas speeds to stop him from killing anyone else. But the spirit changed direction to Atlas, teleporting in front of him. Beatty grabs his head and shoves him off to the side. Beatty grabs a suited man by the neck, and Dylan runs up at Beatty, creating an ice sword mid-jump, and Beatty grabs him by the neck as well. Which one goes first? Miranda from above jumps, holding her pitchfork down in the head, cracking it into his skull. Beatty lets go of the suited man and Dylan and falls into pain. He screams. Miranda flips onto her feet. You guys are just wasting my time. Let me take over. There's other cities you can move to. Nah, here's just fine. Dylan walks up again and motions everyone else to stay back. He charges his fist. He pulls it back and sends it flying at Beatty, sending him off the roof. Dylan falls over, passing out. Dylan! Alice runs over. You good? Yeah, I'm fine. We gotta go. Everyone shakes their head yes. Soon the final fight will be here. The end of episode 10. Okay, that one, I feel like it was throwing a lot of stories at you that just like out of nowhere. It had nothing to do with the main story. Kind of, but not really. It didn't really move the story ahead at all at some moments. But it was just okay. Thanks for watching.